Hello everyone, my name is John and I want to welcome you all back to my home library. So wonderful to have you all with me today, and I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today. To preface, I'm a little under the weather today, so I do apologize if my voice isn't as clear as it normally is, or if I have just a very slight cough today. Today we're going to talk about, as we've just entered into the new year, reading goals. The goals I've set for myself, goals I've set in the past, and how those normally go for me, but what I'm looking forward to doing, as well as continuing to look forward at what we're going to do here on this channel. This year, I sat down and I really wanted to up my reading habits. I always read a little bit. I've always got a book I'm in the middle of, but just trying to set goals for myself that I can hopefully hit every month. Fortunately, at my current job, I'm doing a lot of driving around to visit my patients, and so I have a lot of time to be able to listen to audiobooks and things like that, and then read paper whenever I get to the house. So that's always been how I do things, at least for this past several months. This year I want to also increase my reading of nonfiction works. In the past, I've favored fiction very heavily, classical fiction very heavily, but this year I want to really up the historical books and philosophical books and natural science books that I'm reading. And I don't have a list of every work I want to read this year. I found that to be a little restricting, primarily because what I want to read changes, and there's no way that whatever goal I set for myself to read in October, I'm not going to feel the same way by the time that comes around. So taking it month by month, and I have set out by trying to do the following in order to have good stuff to talk about on here, and to enrich my own life in as many ways as I can. So generally, I think my reading goal this year consists of 4 parts. That is renewed monthly. The first of these is I will be choosing primarily a classic work of fiction, but a novel, a work of fiction to start with. And this month's pick was Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott. I plan to have a video about Ivanhoe up at some point over the next couple days, maybe today, maybe not. And so I do plan to have a discussion on that book coming up very soon, but this was my pick this month, and I have actually finished it already. To cheat just a little bit, I started the very tail end of December just to give myself a bit of a head start, but I read the vast majority of this within this weekend. So there was Ivanhoe, which is my fiction pick of this month. My nonfiction pick is Eusebius, The Church History. It is a history book detailing the first 3 centuries of church history, from the time of Jesus to the time of Constantine, Emperor Constantine, and kind of the very turbulent periods when Christians were persecuted in the Roman Empire, up until they were able to practice peaceably during the reign of Constantine, when he converted to Christianity. It has been very good so far. This won't be a deep dive video into that because I've not quite finished it yet, but one thing I will say is that this edition is edited and has a commentary by Paul Mayer, who does an excellent job of providing good insight into the history. Eusebius is invaluable to this period of church and Roman history. However, he, like many other ancient historians, have their fair share of pitfalls and things that we do not do today in our histories. So Paul is able to set the record straight where modern historians are disagreeing with the conclusions Eusebius comes to. So I've really appreciated that. It's been very readable, very interesting. And so Eusebius, this book right here, makes my nonfiction pick of the month. I also wanted to up my reading of Shakespeare. I've read many Shakespeare plays, but I've not read all of them. So every month I want to try to select a Shakespeare play to read. This month, I think I'm going to reread Julius Caesar in preparation for hopefully a deep dive video I'm able to do here before very long. And so, yes, I just wanted to show you my lovely Shakespeare edition that comes in 3 volumes right here. I'm always very proud of it because it contains good notes. And what am I looking for? Well, just when you go to look for something, you can't find it. Here we go. Also of interest, contains sketches of some of the most famous actors who have played in different roles in Shakespeare. I love this edition. So this month I will be reading Julius Caesar, and we'll probably supplement some of that information with the account of Caesar's life in Plutarch, and I have a history book over here by Tom Holland called Rubicon to kind of really refresh my understanding of that period of Roman history for my deep dive video. And finally, I've chosen a comic book graphic novel to read this month, which in this case is the Superman in Exile Omnibus. I suppose I'm about a quarter of the way through that, and I've enjoyed that deeply, taking place in the post-crisis continuity just after John Byrne's reboot of the Superman character. It just detailing how after serious guilt in taking the lives of some villains, Superman feels that he is no longer able to be a good protector of Earth and exiles himself into space, where he has lots of adventures until he realizes the importance of who he is and what he's able to do, and returns. Anyway, so gives you an idea of what I'm planning to do this year with my fiction, nonfiction, Shakespeare, and sprinkling in some graphic novels in there as well, where I can. Anyway, that is all for me today. I thank you all very much for joining me. I hope to be back very soon to talk to you more deeply about Ivanhoe, and hope to talk to you about Julius Caesar sometime this month. Anyway, I hope that you all have an excellent rest of your day. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me again sometime soon. Thank you very much.